When the United States' first female congressperson, Jeannette Rankin, died in 1972, she left behind a legacy of bravery, ceiling shattering, and peaceful defiance. She also founded a nonprofit organization that aided mature women who were striving for better lives. Since then, the Jeannette Rankin Women's Scholarship Fund has helped thousands of women further their education and graduate from college. We'll hear from Program Director Latrina Artist, who researched new application management softwares for the fund after she struggled with platforms with steep learning curves for both applicants and reviewers.
So we are really close to being at 45 years of awarding scholarships to low-income women going back to school to complete their undergraduate degree. The women are able to utilize the funds for things outside of just tuition and fees. Of course, they can utilize it for books, but some of our women choose to utilize it for their living expenses, like their mortgage or rent, utilities, things of that nature. So we can disperse funds in a different way than a lot of other organizations can. Again, these are women that are wearing multiple hats, and I'm gonna say about 75% of our women are head of household. So it's just them, getting it done. I think it's about 60% are raising minor children. So I feel tremendously blessed to be able to help them navigate through these uncertain times, on top of everything else that they're already dealing with. We've been on an online platform since 2014. The first platform that we use, I was in that program for 2 years and was still in a learning curve. I'm just like, it has to be a better way. And so, of course, I was begging our CEO, like, look, please let me do some research. Let me figure out what we can find and what else is out there. But the first year that we used Submittable, we in day one was able to get several women to submit an application. And that has never happened before. For the 5 years that I know about, no. It was good if we got a few in that first month. It was like rewarding for us to be able to day one to look in there and be like, what? Somebody submitted an application. So of course we're hitting cartwheels because it means a lot of things for the applicant. You're not having to spend 2-3 weeks trying to figure out how to get through this application to even submit your application. And what we found is that, they'll give up. Because if it's too frustrating and too complicated for them, they're not going to finish the application. And that's not what we want. So for the last 2 years, we have successfully increased the amount that were not only started, but the number of applicants that actually completed and submitted their application. We do a 3-tier review process, all handled through Submittable. By the time they make it to level 3, truthfully, everybody could be awarded a scholarship because they're amazing. They are amazing applicants and truly have the characteristics and the qualities that we're looking for in a Jeannette Rankin Scholar. Because we have so many components within the application, we felt that it was better for them to use a scoring system to really get a better look at the application. For each applicant that made it to level 3, we had, I think it was 12 people that had actually looked at an application. And that's another reason I'm grateful that the 3-tier review process was already set up when I came, because I feel it's important to give every woman the same amount of eyes and the looks on there to give them a fair chance to actually get through. Our average GPA was 3.7. Yes, I'm like, yes. I call them my sisters, is because I'm fortunate enough to be a Jeannette Rankin Scholar. So I understand it probably better than most because I've lived the life that they're living now, but I also can serve now as a testimony, a success story of what it looks like to be able to live your dream, or for one, to be able to go through what you want to go through and complete it, which is graduation for our scholars. But then on the other side of it, to be able to be in a field doing what it is that I love to do. And now, of course, helping, my sisters get to where I am.
As the Jeannette Rankin Foundation looks toward the future, The biggest plus of using Submittable isn't even about the time it saves the administration, but about how it helps applicants strive for a better life, both by making it easier for them to access the opportunity and by making it easier to apply.